game, isn't it?
Pretty poor, but we're away with Carlton going to the left and West Coast to the right. And Turley with a quick handball that didn't go very far. Gleeson. Carlton with an opportunity. Bassett, too half forward. Too far for Kernahan. Good strong tackle there by Sartori. And they call for deliberate there against Jakovic, but not paid, and it'll be a throw in at half forward. There's Kickett and Verbeek.
Settled down marginally. Throw in, Jakovic and Kernahan, who got it to the back of the pack. Turley goes off the ground cleverly. Mainwaring, the defensive side of centre wing, down towards right half forward. Bassett's in front. Over the top, McIntosh, and it's out of bounds. We'll have a throw in at right half forward. Cloudy day, but a pleasant one for football. Gentle breeze down the ground and a very good crowd. Jackson and Madden. Madden wins it down. Phillips does well, floats one across centre wing. McKenna goes back with a lot of courage and has paid the mark.
Club champion is Kernahan, has been a couple of times the club champion. McKenna the club champion in 1989. To centre half forward. McIntosh.
It was too easy.
Good mark in the end, wasn't he? Sumic the lead now, and it's a very good kick. Kickett. Back for Sumic. Good chance from here, left foot. And it's a behind.
What the West Coast are doing, they're setting up their forward line with Sumic and Kickett in the goal square together. Everybody else up over the 50-metre line. So Sumic, as we saw there, Sumic can lead with confidence, knowing he won't be obstructed.
Dean in short, Verbeek in the back pocket. Poor kick out wide. Sexton in front. Kickett behind. Well played by Sexton. Towards centre wing. Off the ground by Bradley. Craig Bradley hard against the boundary line. Puts it out of bounds on the full. Some decision there between Tarkson and Bradley. Bradley was going the right way, but Carlton give it back to the West Coast Eagles.
Jakovic from half-back. High drop punt, centre wing. Heady ran underneath it, and Madden under post takes the mark. The famous Madden brothers. Alvin under pressure when he received it, and then had very little oomph on the footy. Gleeson did okay. Chance for Phillips. Good pressure by McKenna.
You wonder why Justin Madden. I know it's on the handball when he gets the ball, but really 4 or 5 players have been involved and the ball's only gone 30 metres. Why wouldn't he kick it? He'd at least make 40.
Throw in. Turley comes from behind. Sexton bustled out of it by Wilson, who keeps it in play and gains about 20 metres. Well done. That ball hugging the arc down towards the forward pocket. Throw in. Jackson and Madden. Madden in front, gets it on the ground. Heady dives at it. Madden picks it up. Well done. He heard you, Don. Kicks it straight up in the air. That's why. Turley goes up. Knocked away by Bassett. Now a chance for Gleeson on the burst. Runs to wing. Kicks inside the attacking 50. Irving going back, takes a good mark.
He's played so well as a defensive ruckman this year. Gets back like the Scott Wine can do for Footscray. Here's Matera. Sumic a long lead. Now Matera goes even wider. Heady and Turley there with Gleeson and Alvin. Turley providing some sort of shepherding. Heady under pressure. And again a throw in at half forward. So pretty slow start here. Not much happening early.
It's also the crowd. We've got to get used to it when we've got interstate teams playing one another, because this is a very pro-Carlton crowd, and they're really not getting involved unless Carlton are involved.
Well, here's James to Gleeson.
Gleeson forward of half-back across the ground. Tarkson. Still he goes. Well done. The hand pass comes out wide. Ratton got it across. Bassett goes in short. The mark is taken by Mitten Connell. Mitten Connell will kick from just outside the 50.
It's a big forward line they've got. All high flyers, Carlton. Mitten Connell, Kernahan, Sartori and Silvani. 4 big fellows on the forward line.
It'll take a good kick. He's kicking on the breeze and on the 50. Has it got the carry? Not quite. They contest about a metre out. Irving did well, got it on the ground. Silvani with courage. Phillips snaps at the impossible goal and kicks it. Oh, what a goal. What a start for the Blues. And it's on again.
And there's a bit of feeling out here. Satori, the Western Australian, going across to Brennan. The captain today, seeing that John Worsfold's not here. And there at the other end of the ground, Verbeek and Kickett. And the umpire.
Six to 1. The Blues in front. Bradley out of the centre. Rennitz to fall forward. Kernahan given a little shove. Play on called. Hart's handball very good. And Waterman with the left foot for Turley. So Turley from centre wing plays on, has Matera inside.
Matera, awkward hand pass. It comes back to Turley. He stood his ground. Heady, one or two of the Eagles slipping over, and again there. Heady did well, pulls it back across his body. Awkward half volley for Sumic, couldn't control it. Sexton keeps it in front. Turley appeared to be taken high.
Too high.
Sexton did well early, then took his eye off the ball.
A lot of byplay down in the goal square between Verbeek and Kickett. The emergency umpire has already been out. There they are at it again.
That post is not blameless. Here's Turley. From just inside the 50. They contest about 5 metres out. Jackson. Unforgivable for Carlton. They had about 3 players around the ball and no fist on the ball. So Jackson, point blank range. Has got it.
1-1 to a goal. The Eagles by a point.
Well, Madden tried to put a hand to that ball, but really didn't. Carlton are making the interchange. Sexton off and Fodia coming on. Was it Taxon's gone down back. Covering Sexton. There, Madden just not quite laying a hand to it.
So Fodia coming out. 21-year-old. He's played 5 games this year. Phillips. Hart round his body for Mainwaring. Here's a chance. Lamb inside. Mainwaring to half forward. Too far for Sumic and for Dean. Kick it with a chance, but the ball had a fair bit on it. And it's out of play. So West Coast deep in attack. Dale Kickett suspended for 7 matches earlier this season in the Western Australian Football League. Had a short stint at Fitzroy. Madden and Jackson to do the work here.
Body to body. Jackson out of mid-air. Alvin knocked on by Heady and eventually out of bounds in the right full forward pocket. Very niggly between that man Verbeek and Kickett. It's been part of football for a long time, but I'm not convinced players should have to put up with that sort of nonsense. There's the throw in. Alvin in trouble. Down he goes. And we'll have a ball up. What do you think, Don?
About the ball up, Dennis, or the niggling behind play?
Take your pick, Don.
Well, we'll talk about the niggling behind play. You either take it or you do something about it.
Jackson. Hannah couldn't control it. Bradley taps it back, kick it, down he goes. It's still in the field of play and eventually pushed across. Well, Craig Bradley flirting with disaster there.
Yeah, real danger there, Dennis. Didn't have enough on it, but he got away with it. Dean very short to Gleeson, who's got a paddock here. Could have gone another 30 or 40 metres. Looks for Silvani, who we expected to play on Sumic and didn't. Carlton going with a very tall forward line. Hannah under pressure from Matera. Gleeson. Still with Gleeson. To Rennitz. To Silvani. Now something happening. Kernahan might be the target here. Irving back there. There's a poor kick. Kemp and also Hart with Fotia. And Hart over the line. Good day for footy, bit of a breeze, not much, if anything. Carlton kicking with it. West Coast lead by 2 points.
Kernahan and Irving. Irving in front, Kernahan over the top, down towards Bradley. In trouble, Fotia. Kemp battling for the Eagles. And I would imagine the umpire will throw it up out there. Just over 16 minutes remaining in this first term. Low scoring affair. Well, he does bounce it, not very high. Kernahan to McKenna. This is Kemp from half back towards wing. Heady got into the back of Alvin. Tom Alvin to get the free kick forward of centre wing.
To centre half forward, Kernahan. Jakovic at the back. Bradley. Nice handball. Reynolds steady, sets. Kicks it very well for a goal. The Blues back in front, 2 goals to 1-2.
Just thinking, as that ball came down onto the Carlton forward line, they are predictable in as much as they're going to kick the ball high down to that forward line. But what is also predictable is that the backmen are going to punch the ball down. And Jakovic did the predictable thing, down in front, and then the little men of Carlton got underneath and roved it. Very well done.
Madden gets it down. Carlton out of the middle again. Ratton. This is Minton Connell. Deep in the pocket. I'd venture to say too far out to score. Pulls it back. Kernahan the intended. Satori behind. Well, talking about the height on the forward line, well represented there. We had Kernahan in front. Satori the leaper. And between he and Kernahan, Silvani got even higher. Satori with the judgment.
But there were no little men, Dennis, around the feet of those big fellows. If the ball had come down, no crummers.
Peter Satori directly in front with a point to prove, kicks the goal. Great start by Carlton. And they skip away 3 goals straight to 1-2.
Interestingly, Don, the 2 men that have come in as substitutes, Satori and Reynolds, have kicked 2 of the 3 goals coming in for Kernahan and Arsiri.
It was only a couple of years ago that Satori was a regular and a real thorn when playing in this position in the forward pocket. He's capable, as we saw there, of the high mark and capable of kicking a goal.
So Madden and Irving with Carlton leading by 10 points. Mainwaring round his body to the space. Bassett got a poor bounce. Lamb, it sat nicely for him. Check side left-footed of the pocket. And to kick it, mark that inside, yes. It's being paid. See Verbeek with a shiner under his right eye. Now kick it short to Turley. Poor checking Carlton. And the angle's improved. It's gone from the boundary line to a reasonable chance for Turley. He's kicked 11 goals this year, 31 in his 45 matches. And the drop punt is good.
Good kick.
2-2 to 3 goals.
And the pity is there's no reaction whatsoever from the crowd. The only reaction is one of silence. So I suppose you could call that a reaction, and that's a pity with football. Because once upon a time there was a lot of reaction. You'd have teams or supporters on both sides getting involved. And Carlton about to make a change. Hawker will come on.
It's the Blues by 4 points. Irving and Madden. Madden did best. Phillips with the right foot. Down towards half forward. Minton Connell comes up. Gathers it nicely. Reynolds. Silvani is on for the short one. It's wide of the mark. Out of bounds on the full. Up from the back pocket. James coming off the ground. Hawker coming on. Meantime, Guy McKenna's got the football on the outer side. Goes very short. And it's Waterman. Chris Waterman up towards half back. Not a good pass. Kemp left it behind. Trouble now. Reynolds again. And this time he finds Silvani.
He did look for him too.
Twice.
Well-directed kick.
She was a pretty ordinary footy by the Eagles there. Here's Silvani from 50. Floating kick, didn't time it very well at all, and kicked it poorly, in fact, out of bounds on the full.
He was in 2 minds, Bruce, when he came in to kick that ball. He really didn't have any purpose at all and just laid it on the boot. Consequently, the result was a nothing.
Brennan from the back pocket. Madden and Irving. Irving tapped it over the back. Rennitz. McKenna and Hawker, who's come on for James. And it'll be a ball up. Half forward Carlton attacking. They lead by 4 points. Kicked 3 straight goals to 2-2. In a match they've really got to win to stay in touch to get their match ratio to 50%. Now Rennitz, who's had a lot of kicks around the corner. Silvani and Waterman. And free kick there to Waterman. Silvani getting into his back and a bit high.
Big job for Waterman out of the back pocket towards the outer side. Madden.
Oh, good lead.
Starting to hold his marks now.
Starting to jump off the ground. Shows a player with confidence and in form when they're doing that.
Centering kick, Kernahan in front. From behind, it's fisted away by Jakovic. Well done by Bradley to Hawker. Gleeson. Directly in front, he'll kick from just inside the 50. Adrian Gleeson has started on a wing today, playing on Chris Mainwaring. This to make the lead 10 points. It's close. Grazed the post on the way through. So the lead is 5 points.
3-1-2-2. Brennan. Lamb provides a lead into space. Fodia with him. Free kick to Lamb against Fodia.
He used his body well then, Lamb. Very, very strong. I saw him earlier take a kick, a check side left footer. He really hasn't worked on the right side of his body, Dwayne Lamb.
Turley and Alvin and Wilson at the back. And with him, Tarkson. So good defensive work there by Tarkson. Playing his 3rd game today.
Yes, he was the #1 pick in the March draft. Originally played with North Melbourne. This is Hawker. Floats one down towards half forward. Good mark taken in front by Dominic Fodia. He plays on immediately. Looking for Kernahan. Great kick. What a good kick. Kernahan didn't have to break stride. Kernahan will kick from directly in front and again just inside the 50. 3-1 to 2-2. Carlton lead. They're kicking with the breeze. It's not a strong one. Should get the distance. Has he got the accuracy? Yes, he has. Well, you get the feeling the game's on at Princes Park. Carlton are challenging. 4-1 to 2-2.
Well, I get the feeling there's going to be a case of catch-up football as far as the Eagles are concerned. They're chasing at the moment.
Reminiscent of the game against Hawthorn, if you go back to that game.
There's Fodia. That was a good kick because it was out in front of Kernahan. He could just take the easy chest mark, and there is no way known a backman can punch those away.
(25-14). Gleeson with courage was off, but the umpire's given him the benefit, giving him 10 out of 10 for the mark there. Wide, Kernahan. Jakovic will take a leap from the back and does it very well, but again Fodia read it. Last time it was Bradley. Kernahan in strongly.
West Coast have really got to get numbers down at the bottom of that pack because the Carlton guys are reading it a little bit better. It's predictable, as I mentioned earlier. Jakovic will punch the ball. They've got to get the smaller fellows down.
Here's Silvani. The gift to Phillips on his wrong side. Now he's left. Torpedo punt is a beautiful goal. Look at this one go. Touched by Irving. Thought it was home in the run. Kicked a miraculous goal earlier in the first quarter.
Quite a bit of feeling out there. Salvatori remonstrating with Irving. They're pumped up, Carlton.
Well, there's no tomorrow for them, Don. If they lose this, that's it. And there's Verbeek and Kickett, who are 180 metres away from it and still fighting.
Brennan, lovely kick towards the outer side. Kernahan up. Mainwaring claims the mark. That's ambitious. Now he's in trouble. Gets it away. Jakovic surrounded. Keeps it going the Eagles' way. Well played. Heady thought about the soccer. Slipped over again. He slipped over about 4 times already. Ball close to the boundary line. Out of bounds and will be thrown in out there.
Sign's not good for the Eagles, Dennis, early in this game.
Well, they started this way against Hawthorn and buried the Hawks. But Carlton certainly looking as though they're ready and they want to play this afternoon. Wilson gets it out. Hannah in his own half-back line.
Oh, no.
Wow. That's not on today. Turley goes off the ground. Kemp. Wilson. Check side kick. Getting back. Verbeek takes the mark in the goal square.
And plays on quickly for Bassett with him McIntosh. So the Blues taking risks. Hannah took a big one there and they got away with it in the end.
That'd be a terrific feeling, wouldn't it? Doing a Mill Hannah, bouncing and it doesn't come back, it just flops.
I've done that before in front of the
Haven't we all?
Madden, well read by McKenna, round his body to Heady, but had too much on it and Bradley to kick it back in. He's got Ratton very short, probably won't go that way now. Bassett calling for it short. He's going to go right across the ground to Hannah. Danger, Sumich is a very good player, but Hannah did it well. And the kick was spot on. I wonder if Dean will work here for Hannah. No, decides not to. Goes short to Hawker. And they're on here. No, held up. Minutes was running.
Too slow, Carlton. They could have made it.
Now Ratton in the centre. They've still got a couple of opportunities here, Don. Ratton to centre half forward. Silvani's got to take the mark. Goes
That's a
early.
free kick.
Not paid. Here's Minton Connell. Silvani can kick a goal from here. Caught, high by Mainwaring. Silvani's free kick, a little fortuitous.
Silvani should have been penalised earlier because you could see from where our vantage point, the umpire could see that Silvani was more interested in taking the man out with a foot than going for the ball.
Well, they've got Kernahan and also Satori in the goal square. Carlton and Minton Connell providing leads for Silvani. He's going to kick from 55 metres. Drop punt, right to the square. Kernahan in the front spot. Good spoil from the back by Brennan. Lockyer, Kernahan falls over. McKenna, Satori's into it with Lockyer behind play. The kick out wide to Turley and Alvin.
This will be interesting. Turley does well. Alvin comes back at him though. Still they go on the outer side. Matera looks at the umpire momentarily. Now kicks it high towards centre wing. Off hands Heady an opportunity. Heady goes looking for Sumich. Sumich, fine mark.
He's too quick, Dennis. He is exceptionally quick off the mark. As I mentioned, they're leaving that forward line open. He can lead into space. He's just too quick for Peter Dean.
Interesting too, the players up the ground virtually demand a lead of Sumich, don't they? They hang on to the ball and they let him run. So Peter Sumich leads 5 goals for 200 career goals. A short but outstanding career already. He kicks from 45. Good looking kick. It's going to be touch and go. Just missed. He thinks it was a goal.
2 points for Sumich today. He's kicked 60 goals, 44 this season. He's had a lot of shots for goal.
A lot of kicks.
Here's Dean. She's short to Hawker. And unless the next kick pays off, there's not a lot in that. To centre wing, Matera.
Good mark.
Too good for Reynolds there.
He's not a bad player, Matera. Very quick.
Well, they haven't got a poor player, have they? They've been all outstanding this year. Been a tremendous effort. Here's Sumich again. Dean goes early. Provides the spoil. Hawker. The handball by Dean was good to Phillips. To Bassett, who takes his time and kicks it to Silvani.
With him Waterman. It clears the pair of them. Satori knocks it away. Lamb in trouble. Down he goes. Fodia with courage dives on top of it and they ping him.
Oh, no. That is wrong.
It's been wrong all season.
Oh, no, it is not wrong. That is wrong. He made the ball his object then.
No doubt about that. Waterman towards centre wing. Jackson comes up, takes the mark, plays on to Mainwaring. Mainwaring towards the pocket. And the mark is held down there by Wilson. He's inside the 50.
McIntosh off and Pike's coming on for the West Coast. Pike going up on the forward line to be picked up by Bassett.
It'll take a good kick from here for Peter Wilson. From right on the 50, that is a good kick. It's swinging back beautifully. It's a goal. Not a bad game of footy, this one now. 4-2 to 3-3.
That was a beautiful kick of the ball by Wilson. And Carlton are pulling another change. Paxton will go off. Sexton back on. Because that was a long way out, and they are very difficult to kick from the area which Wilson had his kick from on that occasion.
(26-21). The Blues by 5 points. McKenna out of the centre to Heady at half forward. Sexton into his back, no free kick. Here's Reynolds. He's had a good duel with Matera. Had more kicks. Here's Ratton. to Phillips. Real pressure now. Good tackle gone. Not paid.
Why wasn't Sexton penalised on Heady on that occasion? There you can see Heady going across the umpire and saying things. I agree with Brett Heady on that occasion. He was ridden into the ground. There's too much manhandling of players when they haven't got the ball.
Madden and Jackson at half forward. West Coast attacking, trailing by 5 points. Madden clearly to Hawker, who copped the high one. No free kick. Turley tries to crash his way through with strength. Alvin goes to ground. Yes, Alvin and also Bassett. Now Pite. Ran straight into Verbeek. Sexton taps it only as far as Wilson. Round his body towards the goal square. Sumich. It'll beat them over the line and it'll be a throw in the pocket. West Coast attacking.
Well, this is interesting now because Carlton came out playing on emotion, and you get the feeling that the Eagles are matching them, and quite often that really does sap a side. Jackson out of mid-air, open goal, free kick though to Carlton. It's coming back to Madden.
That's twice he's out-muscled Madden. Jackson.
Not much good there though, because Madden's got the free. Plays on. Alvin across the goal face. Hannah, quite often the release valve, is in the back pocket. Phillips runs on. Ratton takes the mark at half back. This is Gleeson down towards half forward. Bradley's in front. Clever mark. Very clever mark, Craig Bradley. Averaging 26 possessions a game this season. Goes for distance. Minton Connell in from the side, but the judgment shown by Lockyer.
Yes, it was a terrific mark, wasn't it? The kick out wide to Brennan.
It's good play by Brennan, really putting the acid on Satori. You see there's Elvin holding.
No free kick to Turley. Satori and Brennan. Well played, Satori. Ratton getting some touches. High, slow handball. Turley uses his body, allows it to go out of play.
Players nowadays don't know how to use their body in going for the ball. They're all holding, and they should be penalised by the umpire.
Satori and Brennan. See a lot of this these days too, Dom, where the ruckman don't take the throw-ins. Here's Hawker. Phillips. Turley just picks himself up with Phillips. So the Blues by 5 points.
There's a great story of application as Craig Turley made the most of his skills. And this sort of game suits him to a T. Phillips twice off the ground. Fodia showed courage. Jackson. This is Lamb. Goes down towards half forward and Heady. Outnumbered, seriously outnumbered, but pushed in the back by Sexton.
Might make up for the one earlier.
Heady. Down towards right half forward. And the crowd very involved in this game. A very big game for Carlton, certainly. They must win today. Dean to Ratton. Reynolds.
Shocking kick, Dennis.
Matera with a look at it, though. Matera with the pace. Can he stand up? Pretty slippery, as you can see. Well played. Great finesse. Matera back towards Sumich. Out of bounds on the full, was it? No, a behind, says the goal umpire.
If you're going to kick across the ground in defence and play short, you've got to kick it accurately. Matera had a chance there. Here's Dean. Ratton short again.
This is the third time they've found a man short Carlton on the kick out.
This is what they've been hoping to do, to get somebody loose, and they've been able to do it with Bassett. Well, a slow handball to Hawker, able to twist and turn and get away with it, and then chip one to Sartori, who's come up to centre wing. Inside again. Sexton, Kernahan, Jakovic at the back. Minton Connell, open goal.
Oh. Bad luck.
Yeah, just wobbled the wrong way for him. 4-3, 3-4, 27-22. That'll be the score at quarter time. With Waterman to bring it back in. Goes out towards Wilson. Hawker will come in late. Wilson taps it on. With Hawker, it'll be a boundary throw in as the seconds tick away. In fact, it wasn't touched. Wilson didn't get a hand to it, so Hawker's kick in. Less than 20 seconds remaining, but maybe Carlton can get something out of it. No, it was touched. It's going to be a throw in.
Well, they stopped the clock. Now the clock should run again. It is frozen. Official time at 16 seconds at the moment. Now they're running it again. Satori up, flicks it behind. McKenna comes away, down to 5 seconds now. So it's siren time as the ball wobbles out of bounds on the other side. So at quarter time, the Blues will lead 4-3 to 3-4. The margin is 5 points at Princes Park.
Start of the second term, 27-22. The Blues by 5 points. West Coast kicking to the left. Carlton to the right. Irving out of the centre. Takes it himself this time to half forward. Hetty and Alvin. Good sit for Hetty. Running the wrong way. Gets around Alvin to Jackson. Jackson with a little one towards Sumich. Not a good kick. Always going to be difficult, and Dean takes the mark in the back pocket. Plays on quickly to Hannah, who's providing a loose man on a number of occasions for Carlton. He's working across half-back in the back pocket area and setting up some plays for the Blue. Hannah's kick is a good one to centre wing. Irving against Madden again. Here's Mainwaring. Bradley pulled his kick there, which was good sportsmanship. Sumich, free kick.
He's behind Dean. He has only been in front on 2 occasions. He tripped on that occasion and brought Sumich down.
He gave that for holding on, did he? That's interesting.
Now here it is there.
Oh.
Maybe he put a hand there, but he certainly did bring him down.
She didn't think there was any contact at all, Don.
Pretty soft, Don.
Anyway, Sumich goes for goal. 61 for the season from 35, 40 metres out. Drop punt looks good as a goal. West Coast in front.
Well, that's his first. The big spearhead. He's got that awkward kicking style. He's got to allow for that vicious hook. And he certainly did allow last week, kicking 13 goals, 3. He is a tremendous athlete.
Just
very
found out
impressed with him.
Andrew McNish is too. He's out in the outer holding up a side. Back in the middle. 4-4 to 4-3. The Eagles lead. One down by Carlton. Madden got it to Fodia. Silvani runs inside 50. Lays it off. Not a particularly good option. This is Phillips inside the 50. Floats one down towards the kickoff line. Minton Connell in front. Well done by Lockyer. Rennett's in trouble. Lockyer goes back. Gets the hand pass away. Brennan swings it out wide towards right half back. Gleeson leads in the race out there. Langdon's on the ground coming up with Bassett. Close to the boundary line. Phillips has got it. Floats one down about 30 metres from goal. Irving off hands taken by Waterman. Got it across to Lamb. Pike, the meat and the sandwich there. It spills to Hawker, who sends it back in. Over the top, Minton Connell. Play on is the call. Crowd don't like that. It wasn't a mark.
Silvani's hurt too.
Lamb comes away. Silvani is still down.
Oh, he's in agony.
He's been dogged by injury. This is Bassett on the outer side. Hawker gets it across to Hannah. Back it comes to Hawker.
And out of play. So let's have a look for Silvani here.
He's not too good at all, Bruce. Here it is. Here he goes, and let's watch what happens. Oh, isn't it horrible when you see the leg go down like that? And then his teammate crashing across the top of him.
Well, it's a treacherous surface, isn't it? There's a bit of give on the top, and a number of players have slipped.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Gee, this is a tragedy, isn't it, with the stretcher coming out now for Silvani.
You feel for any player in this position. You really do feel for them.
Club champion last year, and such a brave player.
Yeah, he's just reckless, isn't he, the way he plays his football? I mean, it's to be commended, but sometimes your heart's in your mouth when you watch him play. You've got that much respect for him. That's a tragedy.
I wonder if the injury did occur when he hit the ground, or the fact his teammate coming across. There's his girlfriend, Jo, in the crowd with mother Rita. Stephen's mother on the left. She's concerned. And there's Stephen again in front. Simon Minton Connell coming over the back. And Silvani goes down there. Then Minton Connell comes across.
It would seem the damage was done before he hit the ground. It's often the way, isn't it? Serious injuries come out of what doesn't appear to be too much.
Well, unfortunately for Carlton, Silvani out of business now, with Bradley with a high one. Kernahan outnumbered. Irving well played at the back. A double-fisted barrel, that one. Tarkson has just come on again. Fotia. Turley tries to run him down. Madden caught by Kickett. Here's Hawker out of the centre square. Carlton with a lot to play for today. Minton Connell at the back. Kernahan clever. The kick wasn't all that good. Lockyer gives Rennett's half a chance. The Pike tackle was fair and good. Played Kernahan. And a pretty good kick. It's not a goal. Gave the crowd something to cheer about.
Well, he had Phillips out further. I don't know whether that was good play or not, because he missed Phillips on 2 occasions. The initial one when Phillips ran by Kernahan, let him go. And on that occasion, Phillips was out by himself. in the forward pocket, and Kernahan could have got a hand pass across, but he's more intent in the kick.
David Parkin on the phone there. Premierships at Carlton in 81 and 82 and at Hawthorn in 78. There's Hart. Goes straight down the middle virtually. Off Irving's hand. It falls behind Bradley. He's on centre wing. Waring went down off the ball. Meantime, Carlton send it deep down towards the pocket. And it goes out of bounds. Sexton, the man who kicked it down there. I didn't see what happened to Waring other than he was on the deck and Madden was standing over him. Boundary throw in. Satori. Phillips couldn't control it. Pike comes away with it. Sends play towards the outer side wing. Jakovic leads in the race. It's close to the boundary line. Confronted by Alvin. Jakovic knocks it across the boundary line. And throw it in, says the umpire.
The crowd appealing.
Looks a good athlete, doesn't he?
Oh, he is an exceptional athlete. I watched him as a rookie make his debut for Western Australia in a State of Origin game. He was very impressive that night.
Madden all over the top of Jackson that time. Turley on the bottom. Carlton appeal for a free kick. Hawker not coming. Real stalemate situation here.
Just doesn't seem to be somebody that's really got to put a match to this game and set it alight.
Phillips after the Madden tap out was good. Pike's handball very good to Turley. Turley to half forward. Hannah, some body work there between Sexton and Wilson, set it up for Hannah. He's taken a few chances this afternoon, Hannah. Here's Reynolds. Now will it sit for Dean? Gleeson. Sumic might get this in the end. Handball good to Waring. Just got rid of the tackle in a hurry, and the kick towards Wilson. Well played by Sexton to get back Alvin. Wilson puts the pressure on Alvin, misses a Hannah body, but now time he should kick it right down Rennett's throat.
Back comes Matera, but not in time. Reynolds out wide to Bassett. Bassett on centre wing. Tarkson a strong shepherd on McKenna. That hurt him. Play goes on down towards half forward.
I don't like those shepherds at all. It's not a brave man who can lay one of those.
Lockyer. It was a hip and shoulder. This is Satori into an open goal. No, there's a penalty. A throw is going to be called on Minton Connell.
Well, let's hope that Guy McKenna's all right. He's in the hands of the trainers. He's going off the ground on centre wing. Here it is now. Look at that. Oh. McKenna only had eyes for the guy running, and he's just been picked off. I can't. That's charging in my book.
Guy McKenna, Blake Silvani, a champion player, goes to the bench.
McIntosh on.
Meantime, Brennan's got the ball. Carlton fans unhappy. Minton Connell penalised for a throw. Sexton comes over the top. Waring put his body in. Fodia with courage. And it's a Carlton free kick.
He's really improved, Fodia. He's throwing himself in, something he didn't do in his early years.
Satori the target. Well read by Phillips. The kick by Reynolds. Up towards the goal square. Kernahan, Minton Connell. Hart sits and waits. Then gets himself into a bit of a spot. And out of bounds for the Eagles. Just get the feeling, Don, this game could get out of control in the next couple of minutes. Some head-high tackles. There's McKenna.
Well, I don't know. I didn't agree with that one on McKenna. To me, that's a reportable incident.
Satori and Irving. Satori tried to lay it off for Kernahan. Waterman couldn't get away with it. And again, it'll be the umpires. With Carlton deep in attack. Very little scoring done in this quarter. Just the Sumic goal from a soft free kick.
It's back. Langdon's into it. At the centre.
It's on Bassett. Now the chance for Tarkson, who's kicked the goal, and the Blues are a goal in front. 5-4-4-4.
Taxon coming on for the injured Silvani. He laid McKenna out and then figures in that goal. So he certainly made his impression since coming on. Did that well, breaking through. And that was a great kick for goal.
The Blues by 6 points. Down goes Phillips. Plenty of fire in this game on what is a holding surface at best. Tarkson, who kicked the last goal. Phillips to Hawker. 35 metres out. Glenn Hawker sprays it wildly. And through it goes for a minor score. Should have done much better.
Could have gone on, couldn't he, Jennison? Kicked it with the right foot.
Really steadied up. and slotted that one. Still, they lead by 7 points. Just under 18 minutes remaining till half-time. The West Coast Eagles, the top side in the competition, being challenged at the moment as Brennan goes towards the outer side. Strong mark, well, almost to McIntosh. He goes after it again. Well played. Bradley. Still Bradley. Mainwaring right there with him, holding the man to call. Craig Bradley. There's Guy McKenna. Bradley, meantime, long down towards full forward. Lockyer over the top, knocks it away from Kernahan. Loose ball in front. Hart was held surely. No free kick. Ratton across his body. Tarkson plays on. I'm not sure the mark would have been paid. He kicks his second goal. So the young man picked up in the draft from North Melbourne is suddenly giving the West Coast Eagles quite a shove.
Now McKenna's all right. He's coming back on the ground. McIntyre off as the man who put McKenna out of the game, Tarkson, goes goalward, and he's certainly created the impression. Made his presence felt. There he is, number 45, hands on hips. And is he going to be picked up by McKenna?
41-28. Phillips to full forward. Satori not paid. Still Satori. Good handball. Ratton couldn't get away with it. West Coast Eagles under tremendous pressure. They responded magnificently against Sydney and also against Essendon in the pressure situation. Just trying to think, Dennis, have they been behind at half-time? I know we've got a long way to go in any match this season.
I wouldn't think so. No, I'm pretty sure they haven't been, Bruce.
Well, it's still a long way to go before half-time, and it's only 13 points, but Carlton attacking. Hawker. The handball didn't have enough on it. Jakovic with a long, sweeping handball. That's power, isn't it, to Mainwaring? Alvin's mark was terrific. Carlton playing very well here. We'll kick it in late. Here's Kernahan on a long lead. Lockyer. And Jakovic, I should say, and he runs it to the boundary line with Kernahan. He's kicked the 1 goal today. And if the Blues are to maintain an edge, he's going to become increasingly more important as this game goes on. Hawker. Bradley cleverly. Phillips. Hart uses the body pretty well there, Don, and now Turley.
Turley gains about 15 metres. Gleeson breaks a tackle. Carlton work it forward once more. Hart punches away. McKenna on the burst through half back towards half forward. Wilson went down off the ball. Carlton have got the numbers. Runs free forward of the pack. Verbeek was held without it. Plays on. He was awarded the free. Hannah's in trouble. Good hand pass. Hawker away to Gleeson. Pulls it back too far. David Hart's in the road. Jakovic drives it towards the outer side wing. Mainwaring. Not much time in this game so far. Players arriving very quickly to apply pressure. Kick it. Forward of centre wing. Not the crowd favourite. Looking for Sumich.
Oh, he's pushed out.
Well, I thought so. No free kick that time. Peter Dean's words must have struck the right note, I think, with the umpire previously. This is Verbeek around the outer side. Bradley's in front. Thought he was pushed in the back. No free kick.
Bradley holding on that occasion. That was well done, umpire.
Picked that one up. Bradley on the ground. Grabbed Lamb by the leg. Lamb plays on. Well wide of the mark and finds Jackson. It's a freewheeling, rollicking old game at the present time.
Jackson from half forward. Wilson will take a run at Madden. Oh, well played, Madden. I know he's tall and has a tremendous advantage, but he had to sit there for a while then.
You don't like those at all. Someone will cannon into your back and really fix you up. But well done, Madden.
To centre wing. Satori in the front spot. Carlton with a little men again. Phillips. Bradley with Irving. Well played, Irving, with the advantage there to Mainwaring. Starting to pick up a couple of kicks. Brings it back towards Wilson, who left it for Sumich in the end. Sexton leaves it for Phillips, who goes backwards to Hannah. They're playing with a bit of confidence here, Carlton. And cheek, will they get out of it, though? Well played, Madden and Phillips. The tackle was good, though. And West Coast hold it up, and it'll be a ball up.
Neil Hannah's having an interesting afternoon one way and another, isn't he?
Sure is. He's getting a lot of kicks. He's making a couple of mistakes, but he's taking plenty of chances.
This bounce just outside the attacking 50. Over the top, Langdon. Straight to Ratton, though. He boots it out wide. Bradley's in front. Falls to Brennan behind. Mainwaring gets away from Gleeson. Still he goes, Chris Mainwaring on the practice wicket area. Long kick down towards full forward. Big pack at the fall of the ball. Off hands and out of bounds. Well, they're slugging it out at the present time. 12 wins straight to the West Coast Eagles, and Carlton come into this game with a record of 5-6. If they harbour any ambitions about finishing in the final 6, this is the sort of game they've got to pick up. Turley, who's played very well this afternoon, doing a lot of the hard work. McKenna, kick it, now a chance. He's in trouble. Look at that tackling. Phillips got him. Alvin over the ball, tries to slap it out. Down goes Bassett, and the ball's out of bounds again.
Well, the Carlton commitment's excellent. And West Coast, as it's always been this year, 100%. Langdon over the top. Wilson around the body, but no punch or power on that one. Off balance. Kicked a great goal in the first quarter, Wilson. Towering drop punt from about 50 metres out. It's a wonderful goal kick last night at the MCG from even further out by McDonald. A torpedo punt. There's Madden. McKenna. Kick it. Clever, but caught and then threw it, really, and he's got away with it to Jackson. Left foot by Hart. Hannah. Again, interesting, off the ground by Sumich. Claims a goal and doesn't get it. 1-3 to Sumich. There's another little case with Hannah.
Yes.
He's going to get the footy again here. Just playing with so much confidence, allowing himself to make the odd mistake and not being rattled. The kick was perfect to Reynolds. Matera on the mark there. Just short, chips it to Sexton. Gains about 20 metres. They try and set it up. No Silvani's a bit of a blow for Carlton. Here's Kernahan, sandwiched. Can Carlton get it off the pack? West Coast hammer it forward. Kemp coming on for Langdon. Matera against the play. Well done. Bradley, brilliant again. To Fodia, who can go to Phillips, who can go right across to Kernahan. Bradley set that up superbly, didn't he?
There was a magic passage of football. Bradley, the use of the foot on that occasion, maybe a handball could have been in order across to Phillips. But then Phillips, watch this, he could have gone for goal but didn't. Went into the open corridor and spots Kernahan. That was a classical piece of football. Well done.
Well, these are the goals the captain must kick from 30 metres out. The ones that'll put them 3 goals in front. After some inspiring play, it should be finished off with 6 points. It is. The Blues by 18 points. Kernahan's kicked his second.
In those situations, there's not much a backman can do because the instinctive thing is to go back and defend goal. Now, we'll watch the setup here. Matera, Lamb, and the smother by Bradley. Fantastic. Now, in this instance, the backmen always go back to the goals to defend because you think the fellow's going to go there, as Phillips would have, but he opens up the goal space because Brennan's gone looking, or Djakovic's gone looking.
Just over 10 minutes remaining till half-time. Madden dominating in the middle at the present time. Down goes Bradley, and he'll get the free kick.
Threw himself in then, Craig Bradley.
He's working very hard.
Good to see. A terrific smother. And then threw himself in there for the ball.
His 13th possession upcoming. Craig Bradley alongside the centre circle. Opts for distance down towards Kernahan. Djakovic gets it on the ground. Phillips slaps it out. Hart's got it now and brings it away from half-back for the West Coast Eagles. Long towards half-forward. Jackson's in front. Hannah comes over the top. Madden set a task. Does well. Fodia taken high. And Dominic Fodia, recruited from West Torrens, will take the free kick.
Putting himself in today too, Fodia.
Kernahan the target. Good kick in front of Kernahan. Gave him the run of it. Has Satori and Minton Connell. Now Minton Connell. A very good kick by Kernahan.
Excellent lead too by Minton Connell. Lockyer should have manned him up a little close and then he let him get away for the initial couple of steps. And Minton Connell just too quick and then made the distance.
Gee, Hannah's doing a job, isn't he, at centre half back. The spoil then earlier was very good.
Actually, Jackson's coming off the ground and McIntosh on to that centre half forward position.
Well, Minton Connell from 30 metres out. Difficult angle, 40 metres in the end. She's kicked it all right and hit the post. As it turned out, had he run a little closer in to the man on the mark, he would have kicked a goal. The angle would have been perfect. Still, 7-6-4-5. Physics, Don, work it out.
No, I can't, Bruce. I failed it.
So did
I didn't go to Woofle High.
Brennan kicks in towards the outer side. Madden over the top did well. Hawker spins out of trouble inside the 50. Glenn Hawker goes goalward. It's close. I think it might be home. It's a goal. And Princes Park is a buzz. 8-6 to 4-5. Carlton, are they en route to upsetting the Eagles for the first time this season? It's a handy lead.
And the crowd really did will this through. As Hawker lets the ball go, now the crowd knew it was a goal. You can see them there getting involved.
Well, a substantial break now, 54-29. 8 minutes before half-time. Hawker, who's had a very good game after starting on the interchange. Turley with strength and courage. McIntosh at half-forward. Reynolds, was he into his back? No, play on.
He'll be a player, I think, McIntosh. I'm impressed with him, Dennis. He's got a lot of speed, deceptive.
Yes.
He's got a terrific pair of hands. I've seen him mark in the past, but today I've seen some speed, and when he combines it all, he'll be a good player.
Irving and Madden. Madden wins the tap. Alvin and Hawker and Heady. Heady tries to get it out. Reynolds. Pike with him. Reynolds now Turley. So good in those crunch situations. Heady's kick is good. Gives Sumich some chance here. If it sits, he got a poor bounce. Dean with some skill on the up to Ratton. On the up to Bassett. A slow one to Hannah. Can he tap it on for Gleeson? It sits. Hannah with strength. Bassett. Well played. Not Gleeson. Tarkson a little give. Now kick it. Hard under pressure. Carlton will it forward to their 50-metre zone. Handball to Irving. This is pressure now because Kernahan's got a chance. Irving, if he falls over, will be in trouble. You've got to keep your feet, Irving, and he has, and he's done it well. Kernahan with him. A great contest. Fodia in the pocket. Throws it away. Tarkson round his body to Minton Connell and takes a beauty. Not paid. Gee, I would have paid it.
No, I wouldn't have played that. He took his eye off the ball initially running for it. He would have taken that mark had he have kept his eye on the ball all the time, but he just took it off as to watch the players coming in.
Well, on second look, I reckon you're right. I'm wrong.
Brennan gets it down, taken by Jakovic. Out, but only as far as Reynolds. So Carlton now tightening the screw on the West Coast Eagles. They were fanatical pushing that ball down the outer side of the ground. On the lead, Minton Connell.
When they start playing like they are, Carlton, chipping the ball around, they have their forwards firing as they have now, they are dangerous.
He'll kick from about 35 metres out. Just over 6 minutes remaining till half-time, and I'm sure the West Coast Eagles would like the half-time siren because Carlton are working their way on top. Minton Connell. Beautiful kick. That's his first goal. And the Blues lead 9-6 to 4-5, and they're playing inspired football.
Well, Matera's coming off for the West Coast and Langdon on, but I'd be looking at a change up at that full back position, or either telling Lockyer to really tighten up on Minton Connell, because he is a real headache.
This is a big lead now for Carlton. Gleeson, Hawker, another good handball. Ratton, well played. High one round the body by Tarkson. Kernahan sits and waits. Good play, Jakovic, but again Ratton. And that would have brought the house down if that gone through. Minton, Connell and Lockyer and out of play.
They're doing that so well, aren't they? Reading it from that punch out. At least Kernahan's doing the right thing, going for the ball in front. And Jakovic doing the right thing too, punching the ball, but it is the Carlton men who are reading the punch from Jakovic.
And continuing to win it from the centre again. Sartori against Irving. Tarkson, snapped by Ratton, and he misses for the second time, out on the full this time. And a West Coast kick, so Mikey Moldhouse looking down the barrel, and they haven't been in a position like this all season.
No, infrequently since he arrived at the club. Kernahan up in front, strong mark. But you're so right, Bruce, that centre square is killing the Eagles at the moment. Carlton superb in there. started by Madden. Kernahan goes in short, didn't have the carry. Pike knocks it away. Hart's got it now to Turley. Turley kept his head. Mainwaring goes off the ground towards midfield. Awkward bounce for Bradley. Langdon, strong tackle, Verbeek. Picked up by Lamb. Lamb kicks it down towards half forward. Wilson leads in the race. Wilson outside the 50.
He's too quick, this fellow. He is too quick for Peter Dean.
If looks could kill. 9-6-4-5. Sumich. The Eagles desperate for a goal here. Just about the spot for him too. He's got one so far. Close to the man on the mark. It's bending back. It's a good kick. The Eagles come back. Carlton 9-6 and the West Coast Eagles are 5-5.
2-2 to the spearhead. And when you've got somebody up there capable of doing what Sumich is, you certainly do get rewarded for your work up the ground. And here's Wilson. But they leave that forward line open, and he's just too quick for Peter Dean, Peter Sumich.
Still the Blues by 25 points after the Sumich goal. Phillips out of the centre. Good body work by Satori to Hawker. The handball just a bit far for Hawker. Well played, Waterman. West Coast holding it up again. Sexton, Wilson, who created the previous goal. McIntosh and Hannah. This is a pace Don was talking about a moment ago. Hannah goes with him though. A good contest, that one.
Well done.
Yes, McIntosh out. Phillips, who's been very busy. Reynolds. Now Kemp, who's come back off the interchange. Well played, Sexton, just get a hand on it to stop it from Hetty. The handball was very good by McIntosh. Turley to kick a goal from 40 metres but misses. And a behind.
He could have gone short then. Sorry to cut you off to Sumich, who's on a good lead. All he had to do was hit him with a 20-metre pass, Turley, but that was good play by McIntosh.
60-36, 4-goal margin. Dean to bring her back in, and he goes out looking for Madden.
Up he goes, misses the mark. Irving with Sumich on. Gets it to him by hand. Peter Sumich 35 metres out, pulls it back. Too far. Minor score.
Gee, Peter Dean would think about kicking it to Madden again if he's going to drop it, and Sumich is going to get an easy kick.
You should have marked that one. Justin Madden, no question. But by and large, his marking this season really has come ahead in leaps and bounds. Not so that time. Here's Dean. Goes for distance to the outer side. Madden in front, almost the hand on the shoulder. It falls to Bradley. Now a chance for Lamb, who soccers off the ground. Verbeek's in the road for Carlton. Heads for the boundary line. How will they call that? Out of bounds. Lamb asked the question, quite rightly so, going on what we saw earlier in the season. These things come and go, Don.
Yes, the umpires are hot one week and cold on it the next.
And Phillips slides towards the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. 9-6, 5-7, just over 2 minutes remaining till half time. And Carlton, a wonderful first half, dominating the centre square and reaping the reward. Madden gets it down to the advantage of Phillips, and Phillips must get a free kick.
Ten kicks and 6 handballs for Phillips.
I think that's starting to change direction of play. You kick it to Dean. Now he has. Well done.
Just the handball. Now Hannah's very wide.
Oh, now he's going.
That's a change on a change.
Oh. Left foot. Madden comes from the back and takes a good mark this time. And then goes wide to centre wing.
Oh, he's pushed out then.
Tarkson's free kick. It's been pretty good, Tarkson, today. Good value out of him in this match. High one. Kernahan will be the target. Minton Connell goes with him. Satori. So 3 flying for it there. And a free kick to West Coast. To Brennan. Who's a thumping kick. He's got Irving on his own in the centre. Some loose checking here. And he takes a good mark and then plays it on to Kemp, who's usually very accurate. Sumich's body work was good against Dean. Dean under pressure. Sexton, and that was deliberate by Verbeek, but it won't be paid. And again, a ball in.
Deceptively strong, Peter Sumich. Deceptively strong.
There's a bit of Dunstall about him, isn't he? He's so quick and hard to knock off the footy. There's Madden. Wilson.
Oh, holding the ball.
Actually, in WA, they say there's a bit of Sumich about Dunstall.
Yeah, well, they're probably right. Why argue? He's kicked 60 and poor Dunstall hasn't played for a few weeks. There's Alvin to Verbeek with 30
There's
seconds.
a fight on centre wing. Fodia and Pike are at it, and they're really at it.
Right, with 30 seconds remaining, a very good mark to Carlton. To Bassett, he can play on. 20 seconds to go before half-time. Can the Blues get one here? Well, Gleeson could really bury this first half from 30 metres. And I reckon he has missed, unfortunately.
And the fight's still going on centre wing.
Well, Carlton
Bradley
winning the fights, winning the game.
Well, plenty in this 9-7 to...
Now it's Lamb and
5-7.
Bradley at it.
Yes.
Well, they had half a go a moment ago, didn't they?
That was a double somersault without Pike. He was fighting the other one.
How many out of 10? Well,
Saved
anyway,
by the bell.
half-time, and the Blues lead by 4 goals. 9-7-61 to 5-7-30. Got kick it with him anymore, but he got Matera. 61 to 37. Start of the third quarter. Should be a most interesting one here. Langdon swoops on it from the centre and kicks it in the Sumich direction. Will he get a good bounce? Tries to half volley Matera for the goal, but misses. And West Coast came out running there with Langdon.
One of the unwritten rules, Bruce. These guys that jostle and touch and push, as soon as the ball comes, they run away.
Who ran away?
Well, Verbeek took off in another direction.
There's Dean. Hannah versus McIntosh. Hannah's had a very good game.
I'd be putting him back on Sumich.
Hannah?
Yes.
Well, he's only kicked 2, Sumich. If Dean gets away with 4, he'd be pretty happy, wouldn't he, Don? There's Kernahan missing it. Kemp. Turley over the top. Fotia. And again a bounce.
But what he's doing, Bruce, is what happened on that occasion. He's coming out attacking the ball. OK, Matera didn't score, but he kicked a point, but he's creating for the other players.
Here's the bounce. Irving, wide of the pack. Fodia goes off the ground. Pike, likewise. Fodia comes back into the fray for Carlton. Picks it up just inside the boundary line. Gets the kick off. The pitch is just inside the field of play and bounces out of bounds. So he gained about 35 metres. He's been busy today.
Lockie is now picking up Satori and Brennan on Minton Connell.
So Carlton with a great chance of forcing the upset. They played so well in the first half. Satori behind the pack. Mainwaring out of the congestion towards centre wing. McIntosh comes up to meet it. Keeps it in. Good use of the body by Bassett. Alvin.
Well
clever. Threaded the needle. Got it to Hannah. Long kick inside the attacking 50. Off hands. Hawker about 45 metres out from goal. He pulls it back. It floats. Fisted away by the defence. Brennan. Bradley in trouble. Held it a long time.
Yes, exactly right.
Free kick to the Eagles.
He had the arm trap, but still it was holding the ball. A good tackle.
Yes, because he had the momentum up, Bradley, and with his pace.
This man on screen's lifted his game too since half-time.
Madden had a very good first half against him. Here's Langdon. Hannah again got his hands on it with McIntosh. Hart to the space to Turley. It's a very good kick. Turley with a chance here with Hawker, who's got ageing legs against him. The left foot to Sumich. Dean goes with him. Sumich recovers okay. Dean's tackle was a beauty. Gone, holding the footy.
Sumich ran back into him.
Ratton provides a lead. Hannah wider, but Dean goes towards centre wing. Kernahan and Jakovic both missed it. Well, I thought Lamb took the mark. Anyway, Kernahan off the ground and gains about 50 metres. Waterman under a bit of pressure here. Tarkson can just sit on him. Pike misses Tarkson. And the ball out of play, so Carlton in attack again. First goal after half-time would be handy for the Blues, wouldn't it, to give them a 5-goal lead. Irving and Madden. Bradley. Turley. West Coast best player, Lamb. Langdon, and with him Bassett.
Bassett held without it.
My word, he was, Dennis.
Out of bounds, though.
Why can't the umpire see it?
Carl Langdon spent most of the time on the bench today. Jostled out of it by Madden, knocked on by Hart. Well done. Turley again in the thick of it. Back to Hart. He goes over the top. Wilson goes looking for Sumic, who'll double back here. Slipped. Still he goes, Peter Sumic. Goes off the ground, down towards the pocket, out of bounds.
Verbeek did well there, Don, because he could have given away a free kick. Could have gone right over the top of Sumic, and he just pulled back and kept the pressure on him.
He's played pretty well, Simon Verbeek. Played it very close. Marking Matera now. Dean kept his head nicely. Back it comes from Bradley to Dean, run down by Matera. Now an opportunity for Sexton. Thought about the hand pass, now kicks it instead.
Kernahan direction, Irving gets back well, and out of play before Mainwaring can swoop on it. Quite a day for Chris Mainwaring. Well, he has had 12 kicks, got 4 or 5 of them in about 3 minutes. Very wide on the wing in the second quarter. Madden's tap, but straight to Wilson, who's come up the ground a bit. There's Mainwaring's 13th kick, that one ineffective. So goals have been hard to get for the Eagles today. They've made it very hard all year for the opposition. Their trademark really has been keeping teams to around 10 goals, and today they've only managed 5.5 a footy. Can they get something to work? Well, Wilson did that very well to Mainwaring. He looks for Sumic and then goes towards the Matera direction. Dean, who's having a very good little patch here. Gleeson, well played. Bassett, Bradley should provide the shepherd. Bassett panicked a bit in the end.
That's what Dean's got to do a lot more of. We know that Sumic is going to beat him in an actual run for the ball, but he's putting himself in front on that occasion. He did it in the first quarter and running at the ball.
Madden, but straight to Lamb. Sumic in front, favoured by the kick.
He's just too quick. They started together on that occasion.
So Sumic, a chance to post the 6th goal for the West Coast Eagles. He'll kick from about 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, right side as far as he's concerned. They need this one. He's kicked 2 this afternoon.
Should kick this, Dennis.
Starts it left, it stays left and goes through for a minor score. Lucky to get that. Not a good kick.
It didn't come back at all. Usually they come back from Peter Sumic, but that just continued in a straight line.
I've got him for 2-5. Have you been keeping the points, Don?
Yes, 2-5 it is. Bruce.
Not good enough return. This is Dean. He missed kicks 2, and this goes out of bounds in the pocket. So across goes Matera. I would have been inclined to let Langdon take the kick, but Matera's got it.
Sumic on a very short lead in the end. Matera's going to go for goal. Into the square. McIntosh was just held out of it by Hannah, and Madden able to get his fist to it and out of play. So the Carlton defence has been very good, restricting West Coast to 5-9 at this stage. Again, goals hard to get in the early part of this quarter. McIntosh going to ground, footy underneath him at the moment. Bassett, Turley with his strength, left foot snap by Turley, misses. West Coast going through a period of inaccuracy. They're up to 5-10 to 9-7. Turley's kick 1-2, and I think unquestionably the best player for West Coast today. A day when you look through their team and you think that so many players are down, and yet they're only 3.5 goals behind. So if they can get it to happen quickly, then this game could change suddenly.
Dean, members side with a kick. Madden's in front, has it knocked away. Roving the pack, Phillips. Not a good kick out towards centre wing. Foot race. Hannah overran it, appeared to be pushed in the back. Kernahan's got it. Bassett sliding in Turley. He's everywhere. Back comes Bassett. Turley overran it. Kernahan's over the ball, knocks it out. Jakovic going through. Ratton the hand pass. Phillips has got the run of it now. Back to Ratton. Bassett hard against the boundary line. Keeps it in. Ratton again. Running out of space and time. Mainwaring breaks the pattern. Gets it across to Matera.
Well done, Bradley.
2 speedsters. Bradley ran him down. This is Lamb. 2 men free. 3 against 1 down there. Getting back is Dean. Some heroics down there from Reynolds, and there's going to be a free kick to Dean. Great work by Carlton. It was 2 against 1, 3 against 1, and eventually 3 against 2.
Yes, the Reynolds play was good, and the kick to Hawker spectacular to Gleeson. He's got Sartori in the pocket and Minton Connell. He goes to Minton Connell outnumbered. Irving at the front. Oh, good take there by Waterman. Wonderful play to Lockyer to Pike. West Coast holding up pretty well. Their play on centre wing before the Rennett's heroics was very good too, when they just worried Carlton out of it. Langdon coming in on Phillips.
Would have taken him, but Phillips saw him.
Hart, Mainwaring's kick was poor to Wilson, not good play. Jackson getting ready to come back on. Pressure was terrific in the last couple of minutes. That play by West Coast when they just forced it away from Carlton.
Oh.
And then the Rennett's play was just terrific.
Madden over the ball.
He's not making an attempt to get it out. That's exactly right.
Did make a wonderful umpire. Wilson's got it. Forward of centre wing. Sumich on the lead. That's the direction the kick takes. Now it's in short. Heady couldn't hang on. Alvin breaks away from half-back. Kicks towards midfield. Satori. Strong hands. Tarksoff goes down towards the attacking 50. Coming out in front. Mitten Connell couldn't hang on. Phillips. Ratton from 55 metres out. Hart did well. Met it on the half volley. And the ball goes out of bounds, out towards left half back.
We've got a game, haven't we?
Tark's on. I think I had him as a Russian moments ago. Throw in about 60 metres out from Carlton's attacking goal.
I was trying to find that new player out there, Dennis.
The one with the vodka.
Satori's free kick. Centres the ball. Mainwaring's there. Wasn't a good kick. Handball back to Lockyer from Jakovic. Handball on by Waterman, misses the body. Important ball to be won here. Bassett may win it. Bradley under pressure, looks for a free kick. Oh, he's got away with it. It was there, I guess. He played for it. It's usually a brilliant kick, Bradley. He'll look probably for Kernahan. We've got a couple of other options. Minton, Connell, Kernahan direction. Kernahan's mark. Just sort of kicked it to a little space, Don, a little hole in the ground, and Kernahan was able to fill it.
Yeah, Jakovic has done well, but just on that occasion, it was Kernahan just getting away. Look how much space. He doesn't need much space, Kernahan. He's an exceptional mark.
Well, this is one of the most important kicks of the match.
Well, he kicked one early, if you remember. He's a man. If you're going to get in a pressure situation, give him the ball. Well,
this goal, if he kicks it, is going to give Carlton a tremendous lift and a very big lead in a game that's been low scoring, and he's kicked it pretty well, hasn't he? And hit the post again. Well, he did kick it all right.
It was a goal in running, wasn't it?
It was home and hosed. It was like Kingston Town when Gurners Lane got up and beat him in the last stride.
Memories. 9-8 to 5-10.
That's all we've got now, Dennis.
At Brennan to bring it in. Favours the outer side slightly. Irving's in front, knocked away by Madden. Back it comes to Irving. Little chip out wide. Turley stood his ground courageously, was taken high. Had a wonderful game, Craig Turley. Plays on. Kicks towards half forward into open space. Getting a fist on it, Bassett. Eventually the Eagles work it forward. The kick goes down inside the attacking 50 from Sumich. Paddled towards the boundary line by Alvin. Heady put his body in. They keep it in. Rennett's has got it now. And Rennett's breaks away. A late inclusion. Long kick down towards right half forward. Kernahan's in front. Jakovic got the fist on it. Phillips tackled by Turley. And they tie it up.
I'm sorry, it's Jackson. It's full forward now, and Sumich is at centre half forward for the West Coast.
And Dean's gone with him, Don, and Hannah's gone with Jackson. So you've got your wish. Hannah's at full back.
Yeah, but different players.
Yeah, I knew that. Centre wing, Irving, Jakovic with Bradley, who's really put in today, hasn't he? He's done everything today.
He's really becoming a player, Craig Bradley. He's very offensive once upon a time, but now he's got a defence to his game.
Kernahan and Irving, they stand their ground. Irving with greater strength. Quick kick away by Fotier, up in the air. Underneath it was Jakovic, couldn't hold it. Here's Tarkson, who's been pretty good today. Hawker, whose skills are very good to Gleeson. Left foot high. And it'll be a behind. 9-9, 5-10. Well, there's a lot of time to go. 12.5 minutes in this quarter, but not a goal kicked in this term. And you get the feeling, Dennis, if Carlton get the next one, it's going to put them a long way in front in this game.
Heady off, and kick it on.
Wilson on the outer side. That breeze has backed around a little. It's virtually blowing across the ground now. This is Sumich. Goes in short to the run supplied by Turley. He slipped over, backed up though by Wilson. Wilson 40 metres out, pulls it back across his body. It's all Eagles. McKenna, great courage, keeps it in front, 20 metres out, and he's kicked a goal. Well, terrific stuff by Guy McKenna. He was decked early in the game, and that time with the pack bearing down, it was an awkward kick. He kept his eye on the ball, didn't take the mark, but kicked the goal. So the Eagles moved to 6-10 and Carlton a 9-9.
Well, Bassett should have gone a little harder just before Wilson got the ball. He left his man, did the right thing, but had the ball sitting there and should have gone and put it over the boundary line. But it's finished up with McKenna.
17 points the difference at Princes Park. Madden clearly out of the centre. Wants the run for Bradley. He was checked in running though. Good play, Tarkson. Bradley, I thought he might have gone for the goals there. Minton Connell, brilliant Mark Brennan. Could almost have had a shot then, Bradley, on the run. German kicked a couple last night like that, and Bradley's capable, isn't he?
Why would you go where he went?
Across the face, and Brennan took a spectacular mark. Madden at the back. Well played again by Turley. Hawker traps it, then gives it to Ratton. The handball probably had too much on it in the end. Waterman, pressure from Phillips. Waterman will be very happy to see this go out. Tarkson helps it on the way, and it'll be a ball in at half forward.
You just get the feeling, Bruce, momentum may be shifting slightly.
Sure do. I think if Carlton, if they don't get the next one, you'd feel it's a real even money bet right now with West Coast within 17 points and with their track record.
Battle after the ball, following the boundary throw in, and we've got a whistle. Grant Vernon, the West Australian umpire, to bounce it down about 55 metres out from goal. In fact, he's going to throw it up. It's Carlton's attacking goal. It's closest.
Free kick.
Irving over the top of Satori, and the ball is pushed across the boundary line by Pike. 9-9 to 6-10. Peter Satori back at Carlton after some dispute. Irving's in front, gets it down. McKenna couldn't control it. Phillips, Lamb, close to the boundary line. Dwayne Lamb, good shepherd from McKenna, kicks towards centre wing, knocked on by Wilson. Justin Madden goes back, met solidly by Langdon, and they battle on over the boundary line. And this game has always
free kick. The umpire's breaking it up,
and Wilson's getting the through.
Now that was just to break up the play.
Well, it's an ill-tempered affair as Wilson goes down towards half forward. Going back was Dean. Alvin's got it now to Reynolds. Across to Hannah. Verbeek is running hard for him. That's the direction the kick takes.
Matera after him. Important ball here for Verbeek. He went to ground. Now he's going to be caught by Kemp and Matera.
It was well done, actually. Well done under the situation, because he was outnumbered, as we saw, 2-1. It didn't look good. The ball just didn't sit for him. It's not running. It's very, very heavy, this ground.
Especially on that side of the ground.
And you're dead right, Dennis. Ill-tempered. A lot of niggling off the ball today. Sexton and Wilson have been going at one another for the last 5 minutes. Saw kick it earlier on with Verbeek. So centre wing, the Blues by 17 points. 16 shots West Coast to 18 Carlton. Satori went early and got a good tap down. Bradley's body work was okay against Lamb, and the give was very good to Hawker, who chipped one about 30 metres towards Tarkson. Waterman with him, and now out of play, but Carlton have got it within about 70 metres of the goal. It's Darren Tarkson. He's only had 4 kicks but 4 handballs, but he's done some good solid work and kicked 2 very important goals in the first half. Here's Turley. High one to centre wing. Langdon and Bassett, they all missed it. Verbeek. Madden for backup. Verbeek's handball was well trapped by Bassett. He's got good skills. Bradley's the target. Will it sit? Lamb now got the job on him. Bradley to the space behind him, was just hoping there. And Jakovic quickly and cleverly in the end to give Mainwaring the run of it.
Mainwaring forward of centre wing. Kicks towards centre half forward. Not a particularly good kick. Matera with brilliance and dash. He's got the ball 40 metres out. And he misses. Sumich was on about 20 metres down the ground, but I think Matera did the right thing. 6-11 to 9-9. Just under 8.5 minutes remaining till three-quarter time. Carlton have kicked us 2 points in this term so far. Hannah kicks in. Good kick too. Sexton at half back. A runner outside. He's held up by Wilson. High towards centre wing. Satori on the lead. Pushed in the back. Will get the free kick.
Advantage paid, and it goes to Phillips, to half forward, Tarkson and Waterman. Carlton led 9-6 to 4-5 in the second quarter. So since then they've kicked 3 points to 2-6. So it's been 8 shots to 3. So from that you gather that West Coast has been on top for about the last 20 minutes, but they haven't put it on the board. There's Lamb. Ratton. Ratton under pressure now. Dean, who's come up. McKenna. Dean almost throws it away to Bassett, who's been good today. The kick's to Minton Connell. It's an awkward one. He's got Kernahan loose as he goes over the top. Lockyer took a chance and he'll get away with it, I think. The handball to Brennan. Well played over the top, though, by Verbeek. And free kick.
Oh, it's a free kick. Oh, yeah. What for?
Well, he might have got into his back, but he never took his eye off the footy.
No, it's going over there.
That's what I mean. No, Verbeek over the top of Brennan to tap it out of play.
Oh, that couldn't be deliberate, surely.
No, it wasn't deliberate. He must have interfered with him.
Yes. I think he pulled on the shoulder. Meantime, Ratton gave it to Bradley. This is Alvin through the middle. Penetrating kick intended for Kernahan.
Who's being held.
Still Kernahan is held. There's no free kick. He's dragged off the ball. Waterman. Now Brennan. Deep in defence, the West Coast Eagles. This is Kemp running out of time and space. Minton Connell goes off the ground. Cannon's off a West Coast Eagle. He may have been across the boundary line.
Now, if there wasn't a free kick for around the neck, and if there wasn't a free kick for holding, I'll go who.
Got him by the arm, certainly at the end. Meantime, this is Lamb. West Coast Eagles work it forward towards their half-forward line. In front, Verbeek finds it on the ground, lays it off. Dean gets it across to Bradley. Bradley through the centre. Goes looking for Minton Connell once more. Big pack at the fall of the ball. It comes to Hawker, 35 metres out, Glenn Hawker. And it bounces towards the boundary line in the left full forward pocket. He should have done better. Pike with support gets it across to Lockyer.
Kick to half-back to Turley, or Mainwaring, and finds him. Carlton's had the footy at half-forward a lot in this quarter and hasn't been able to do much with it. Here's McIntosh. High one. Wilson outnumbered. Madden. Oh, good mark.
Of all the places to go, that was the worst.
Minton Connell coming off and Michael James coming on for Carlton.
Here's Dean. Centre wing. Kernahan goes. McIntosh against him. Kernahan just robbed Turley cleverly. Lamb's there. As James comes on, as Don said, for Minton Connell and Heady coming on for Kickett at the same time.
Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup because Lockyer was Minton Connell's man. Now, James is going down into the forward line, so who's going to pick him up?
Kernahan goes early. Hart. Phillips. Ratton. Well played. Ratton and the handball. Good to Reynolds. Across the ground again to James. It's a good kick. Gives James a bit of a chance. Brennan with him. Looks for a free kick. Brennan for holding the ball. Carlton have been indirect, haven't they, in this quarter? They've gone across the ground 3 or 4 times.
Lockyer's going out and picking up Kernahan. Brennan's going on to James.
Gee, they need a goal here, Dennis, out of this attack, the Blues.
Yes, the West Coast Eagles showing a lot of grit now, playing their best football for the afternoon. Tarkson gets it across to Hawker. James in trouble. Not a particularly good hand pass. And it's going to be a free kick to Tarkson for a push in the back.
Well, he certainly drew the umpire's attention to it. Here it is on screen. They do handle ball. Now there's another fight on in the forward pocket.
Every time the ball leaves an area, you look back and there are fights going on.
Irving involved in that occasion.
Still, there should be bad blood between feuding teams and opposing teams. Tarkson. They shouldn't fight though. Tarkson down towards the kickoff line. McIntosh. Off hands, James on his knees. Mainwaring did well in a tight situation. Irving missed the ball. McIntosh knocks it the Eagles' way. Irving could have been taken high. Play goes on. Hart playing. Pike's got it now. Ratton goes at him and the ball spills out of bounds. Throw it in, says the central umpire.
And Irving looks as if he's hurt too. He's just getting up now. He had hand on knee.
Well, this West Coast offence, the most celebrated in the competition, being severely tested. Bradley, cleverly to Ratton. Good handball inside. That was to James. Satori, still no free kick. Some desperate play by West Coast. Gleeson tries a back turn, caught. too high. Free kick. Pike coming in late on Bradley.
Well, he lost the whistle there, umpire Vernon, for a while. Let him play.
Too far out, you'd think, the goal here, Gleeson. Chips it to Kernahan.
Oh, hand on shoulder.
Pike out of play. No, not played out of play. Well, it looks as if it was. Here's Hetty and Alvin and Madden. Had Fautier inside him if he wanted him. Centre half forward, Kernahan should take it. Oh, he missed it. Irving, now Hart. And a high one, and still the Blues can't kick a goal.
Madden. Now he gets a free kick up on the wing, but Kernahan not awarded the same thing on the forward line. Madden wants to play on. Kicks inside 50. Kernahan again. Fisted away again by Lockyer. Well done. Taken by Pike. Sends it back towards the wing. Turley battles there. Bassett knocked it away. Turley emerges with it. Turley, forward of centre wing. Kicks down towards the attacking 50. Sumich comes out. Knocked away down there by Sexton. Picked up by Hannah. Fautier across to Hawker. Hawker on the wing. Runs inside the centre square. Goes looking for James, who lets it bounce in front of him. James, 55 metres out, slips as he kicks. Kernahan.
Was that intentional?
Not on your life.
Because it was a beautiful pass. Might have been aided by the slip. There he is. He slips just as he kicks the ball.
What do you think?
Flip a coin.
Well, Kernahan has been in the thick of things for the last 10 minutes or so without doing too much.
Carlton just haven't reaped anything on their forward line, have they, from their sorties forward?
Great
It's about
defence.
time they've done it.
Great defence by the Eagles.
Oh, it's a terrific contest. A real battle between two teams.
Not one for the purists, but they're slugging it out. Kernahan should kick this goal from 35 metres out, and he's missed, I think. Or has he? Yes, he has.
The purists would love a contest like this.
No, they wouldn't. Not a kick like that, Don.
They'd love a contest. A contest.
Oh, I see what
Dennis.
you mean. 9-10 to 6-11. Well, you're a purist. You're enjoying it, obviously.
You like the beautiful football. Flip it here, flip it there.
Here's Brennan. Goes wide, looking for McIntosh and McKenna. McKenna takes the mark. Gee, that's a bad miss by Kernahan. From 25 metres out with a minute to go before three-quarter time, and the Blues haven't kicked a goal this quarter.
What about a free kick?
Would have thought so.
To Hetty. Well, he was in the back. I think Hetty agrees with you, Don.
Oh, should have got a couple today, Brett Hetty.
Not happy, goes on with it with Alvin. Anyway, it's Madden versus Jackson. Langdon over the top. Bassett's had a terrific quarter. Bradley round his body. Satori and McIntosh. Now McKenna. Quick left foot away to the space. And it looks like time might beat both these teams before three-quarter time with about 18 seconds remaining. A quarter where just one goal's been scored. Madden, Phillips, Langdon, strong tackle. Hawker and Turley been at the bottom of a lot of packs. Alvin and Langdon, and Hawker with a little shorty. And just like half-time, at three-quarter time, it's on between Alvin and Langdon.
Now, Tommy Alvin's got every right to be a little bit upset there. They're playing on after the siren, Bruce, but I think Carl Langdon was a little reckless as he went to that pack, and Tommy Alvin reacted for the man on the ground.
So three-quarter time, the Blues by 17 points against the Eagles. It's 9-10 to 6-11. 64 to 47. Madden to go against Irving. An important 30 minutes here for Carlton and also for the Eagles. But can the Blues hang on to a game that they have controlled for much of it? Gleeson misses the body. Here's Sexton, chopped off by Turley. Wilson, Phillips versus Hart. Turley on the ground. Phillips, who's been very good for Carlton. Hart with him, Gleeson. They've conceded a fair bit of ground here, Carlton, without the ball being kicked. Sexton, West Coast through Matera to the front of the square. Here's Dean and Sumich. A bad bounce for Dean, a good one for Sumich. Cleverly to Jackson. Jackson's handball to Turley, who should go over the top to Kemp.
Oh, no.
Goal. 7-11, 9-10. Within 2 goals now, West Coast. You would have kicked it if you were Jackson, Don?
Well, I don't know about that, but Turley nearly made a meal of it, didn't he? Watch this, the build-up here. Jackson, I thought he could have gone, maybe not. But that one by Turley, oh, Kemp just getting away with it.
No
Maybe a
trouble
better effort could have been done by Hannah.
So just the start. Michael Malthouse, the West Coast Eagles, and virtually the entire state of Western Australia wanted. Back in the middle, Langdon in trouble. Strong tackle by Madden. Ratton, who's worked hard today. Bradley to Renitz. Pushed off it by McKenna. This game is up for grabs. Lamb down towards half forward. Sexton goes off the ground.
Madden and Langdon at it in the centre.
Again, Bradley down towards half forward. Brennan comes storming up the ground. Away to Pike. Pike, left half back, finds Kemp. Ominous signs now for Carlton. The Eagles are finding space. Kemp, probing kick into the forward line. Almost the clever Mark Verbeek. Slipped over, Heady slides in, holding the ball. Verbeek to get the free.
Yeah, finally, Langdon and Madden have broken up their little waltz in the centre.
Alvin's kick, Renitz versus Turley. Turley wins it. McKenna. Left foot, Wilson. Cleverly, Turley. She can play. To Heady, who's normally a good kick.
Oh, well done.
Yes, it was brilliant by Dean because Sumic had it all the way. Good kick back by Sumic. Matera.
Oh, well done, Alvin.
Alvin, still Matera. Left foot goal.
Oh.
9, 10, 8, 11. They're charging home, these mighty Eagles.
Well, you've got to feel some sympathy for Carlton. Two breathtaking manoeuvres there, one by Dean, and Alvin was absolutely fearless.
That was just absolute. This is a game. This is really a game here, and both players on both teams really lifting. Some heroic efforts.
A thriller at Princes Park. The West Coast Eagles getting the first 2 goals of the final term. Hawker on the ground. Hart missed it. Bradley prone but kicked it. Tackled out there is Tarkson. Play allowed to go on. Bassett worried out of it. Mainwaring goes on to the next man. That's Phillips. Oh, well played, Chris Mainwaring. It spills wide. Waterman, the trendsetters are charging home now. The kick goes down towards half forward. Heady's in front. Great tackle, Alvin. Got him down. Play goes on. And we've got a whistle.
Gee, that was an effort by Mainwaring out on that outer wing. They have really lifted now, the West Coast, and Carlton are the ones who look a little shaky.
Bit like the game against Sydney where you just felt the lift in you in the last quarter when it had to come.
Madden decisively down to Hawker. It's out of bounds.
So the Blues still without a goal since the second quarter.
Brennan signalling to the bench at full back.
West Coast within 5 points here. After at one stage Carlton led by 31 points in the second quarter in a low-scoring game. Heady, Lamb went to ground. Alvin on top of him. Madden kicked it off the ground. Bassett tried to thread a handball through, only as far as Lamb. And again a ball up.
It is tough in there.
Gee, Langdon and Madden have been having their own private war now.
I don't know about a war, it was a dance.
Is that all it was, Don?
Yes, in the centre.
Not much power between the two. There, Madden. Mainwaring. Sexton.
Oh.
Langdon. That was reckless. Courageous, but
no, that's
reckless.
fair enough. Ball it up.
It's almost head-to-head there.
Yeah, they're both going for the ball. Good effort.
Like two ramming goats.
Didn't say it was illegal, just reckless. Could have broken his neck, his own. There's Madden. Turley. He's been the real worker all day for West Coast. Dean takes a chance, doesn't really effectively get the ball away. Matera, who's growing in confidence. Kemp. Hannah's got to break a tackle. Sexton again misses the body of Renitz.
Boy.
Pressure on Carlton here.
Real pressure. And those forwards in the West Coast are really lifting. They're chasing and harassing the Carlton backs and causing problems.
A lot of those handballs finding the turf and not the body at the moment.
Yeah, fatigue setting in too. It's been a very tough game. Dean straight down the middle. Madden couldn't hang on. Tarkson left without it. Madden did well. Tarkson. Verbeek. Searching hand pass. Fodia running down towards half forward. Long kick down towards full forward.
Oh, it's going to roll.
Bounces through for a goal. And the look on Michael Brennan's face said it all there. Dominic Fodia gets the Blues 10th.
Well, what an effort, what an effort. The ball just kept on rolling. Here it is, the build-up. Number of handballs, I thought they might have been handling it just a bit too much, Carlton, but from inside the square, it hits the goal square and rolls.
A real buzz here at Princes Park after the long goal by Fodia.
That's their first goal since the 23 mark of the second quarter.
Bassett to Phillips. High left footer. Kernahan outnumbered. Almost could have got a free kick there early on in that exchange. Lockyer's handball to the space. Mainwaring. To Jakovic. To McKenna. Back to Jakovic. Had to pull his kick in the end when the pressure came on. And Gleeson and McKenna are now to play. Tremendous contest. Game that was a little flat early, but has grown in stature and has everybody here wondering which way it'll swing in the last 20 minutes or so. Langdon's quick kick. Alvin and also Heady. And again a ball in. I reckon it's back to an even money bet. West Coast probably odds on a couple of minutes ago. Now it's a flip of the coin.
Yes, a very timely goal for Carlton on the run. Dominic Fodia. Just under 19 minutes remaining.
Michael James is going to come off for Carlton.
Madden, as he's done all day, dominating. Bradley goes off the ground. Ratton, I've been impressed with him. Fodia, Clarkson, inside 50.
That's bad. See, there was a 2-on-1 situation because he got Michael James off the ground. Minton Connell's coming on now. That's why the West Coast had numbers.
Brennan, who took the mark, kicks to Turley.
And here's Minton Connell.
Just on the ground, and he gets it from Fodia. Inside 50 with the kick. 2-on-1 situation back here. And the mark is held by Lockyer. Away to Brennan. Brennan comes Members side where it's all Carlton. Craig Turley is outnumbered 3-1. Reynolds.
You're gone.
Langdon arrived quickly. Turley still battles. Bassett tries to crash his way through. Fodia's got it. The ground behind him littered with bodies, and now it's going to be a relayed free kick for Carlton.
And Reynolds is not too good. He was slow getting up after that Langdon tackle.
Free kick to Carlton, then Hawker hugs the boundary line. It's out of bounds.
He's winded. He's staying on the ground. Hands on knees. Tim Reynolds.
Well, the Blues in attack, and with a little bit of momentum here. Satori, well played by Lamb. Satori again, conceding a bit of ground. And the kick only as far as Lamb. West Coast again go forward. The kick to Jackson at centre wing. Hannah with him, and it'll be a ball in. Well, both defences have been tremendous. When you look at just 10 goals to Carlton and 8 to West Coast. Low-scoring thriller. And sometimes they're the best games, aren't they? And goals are hard to get and become quite memorable. There's Langdon against Madden, and Bradley, who was looking for a high one. Langdon really in the crunches here.
It's on again. Madden's involved with Wilson.
Hawker's taken the mark at centre wing as the fight goes on behind play. Kernahan on a long lead. Lockyer, who's been very good in that situation all day. And Ratton's handball goes forward another 5 metres.
They've left the forward line open to Sumic. There's nobody in front of him for 60 metres. Only he and his man, Dean, in the 50-metre area.
And what about the 19-year-old Ratton? 7 kicks and 17 hand passes. This is Jakovic out of defence towards centre wing. Pike in front. Couldn't hang on. Kemp towards Pike. Bradley did superbly. Kemp came back strongly. Pike kicks towards the middle, and Turley, he'll do something constructive. Craig Turley pops it over the top into open space for Wilson. Wilson sockers off the ground cleverly. Sumic picks it up. 20 metres out, Sumic kicks the goal. What a clever kick from Craig Turley.
But what a great kick also by Peter Wilson to get it across to Sumic. That was just terrific play. Turley initially sending it up, and then the little chip, I suppose. I don't know what you'd call it, a flip on by Wilson. Watch it. Look at that. Off the side of the boot. Peter Sumic is third.
(70-66) at Princes Park. Turley again. Sumic. Alvin and Heady and Dean getting back. Matera Dean went without it. Sumic with a chance to kick his fourth. 3 goals, 6 he's kicked. Well, that adds up to 4, but it's 9-13 to 10-10. Charging home this team that has been unbeaten for the whole of this season. 12 wins on the trot. Got Carlton to play, and then as at St Kilda, they've played everybody in the competition.
That's right. 22 possessions to Craig Turley. But he's worked hard as well. That's not a true reflection of his afternoon. Dean goes to the outer side directly to Mainwaring. The cracks beginning to appear. Mainwaring puts it back in. Sumic in front, almost a clever mark. Dean with desperation dived on top of it. Langdon, they seriously want to tackle him, and Langdon is penalised. They come from everywhere when Carl Langdon's got the ball.
A bit like Warwick Kappa, the players love to hate.
And tackle. He stands the mark. Bassett, who hounded him that time, goes to the outer side. Irving over the top. Turley again. Feeds Mainwaring. 50 metres out. Long kick. Back across the face. Unlucky bounce for Carlton. Kemp had the ball. He's over the ball. He's trying to get it out, certainly. And the umpire now will go in and ball it up. And that's a good decision because it was hitting legs as Kemp was trying to get it out of there somehow. And now a bounce about 35 metres out from goal. Tough one for the umpires. Michael Abbott and Grant Vernon. It's the latter who's got the ball at the moment.
40 metres out, West Coast attacking. Been a long time since they've been in front in this game. They're within 3 points. Turley, left foot, goal, puts them in front. 10-13, 10-10. Turley kicks his second, and he just might have taken the lead in the best on the ground stakes.
Isn't it fitting?
The right man for the occasion there.
There was also Peter Wilson, the one who got involved with Sumic earlier. He got the hit out. He got the hit out and sent it Turley's way. Important punch down by Wilson in a tight situation.
So the champions from the West have hit the front here, 73 to 70. Can Carlton respond? Madden. They've been very good here. Ratton, Bradley, Phillips, Gleeson with him. Phillips can kick this. Well, that was ordinary. Kernahan, Gleeson can kick it. Chips it, and was it touched? Yes, it's still there. Off the ground and behind. 10-11, 10-13.
Madden's important in the centre. He got the touch to the ball now. Since half-time, Irving's made a real contest of it there. They haven't got it out as easy as they did on that occasion, Carlton. He's got to jump into Madden.
West Coast has kicked 6 of the last 7 goals in this match.
Brennan towards the outer side. Irving goes back with a flight of the ball and takes the mark. Jakovic, forward of half-back. High towards half-forward. Langdon got hands to it, couldn't hang on. Applies a strong tackle on Alvin. Rennett's out of the congestion. Lamb with the run of it. Outer side, Dwayne Lamb. Kicks down towards half-forward. Hannah was up. Off his fingertips back towards the boundary and out of bounds. Just over 13 minutes remaining, so plenty of time. The Eagles by 2 points, 73 to 71. A terrific effort to come from behind. Phillips hard against the boundary line. Towards centre wing, Irving. Knocked away by Waterman. Off the ground, Fodia down towards half forward. Very open forward line. Brennan worried out of it.
Tackle.
Brilliant pick up there by Kemp. McKenna's got it. They're keeping their heads well. This is Jakovic on the outer side.
Half-back, Kernahan on the mark. Jakovic has kicked to centre wing. They all misread it in the end. Bradley, Heady puts the pressure on. Alvin comes across in front, and the Bradley kick goes straight to Mainwaring. Across the face to centre.
Oh, that was a shocker.
Missed by Tarkson. The handball by Phillips to Gleeson. Can't stop the tackle.
That's right, good tackle. It's a great tackle.
And rewarded to Lamb. He looks like being a 100-game player for the West Coast in the next couple of weeks. A long one towards Sumic. Dean, Turley, Hannah. Goes back to Rennett's. Trying to set something up. Clever kick to Bradley. They're still taking a chance, Carlton. Playing with confidence with one another. Alvin from Bradley to Bassett. Now slow motion to Bradley. They're trying to set it up. Bradley through the centre. Minton Connell the target. Now Hawker. The handball had a bit too much on it. Waterman stopped, wanted Irving to go on with it. No free kick paid. Still a desperate struggle. And holding the ball to Hawker against West Coast, against Pike.
Well, Waterman might have got the free kick earlier.
Bit stiff, wasn't it?
Very stiff there. And I think he agrees with us.
We'll see there Waterman going down. Now the ball will be trapped here by Pike.
Yeah, that's holding the ball.
Well, this will test Hawker. Take his best from here. 45 metres out. Drop punt, kicked it all right, kicked it superbly well. The Blues in front again. 11-11 to 10-13.
Well, we've got a game, and isn't it terrific to see players throwing themselves in? It's a real contest. They've really lifted the West Coast. They had to. Hard to find good players in the first 3 quarters for them. They had 1 or 2, but now they've certainly lifted. And this centre break important.
Carlton go forward. It's on their half-forward line. Tarkson is dragged down. Phillips goes off the ground. It was at Ratton. It was Ratton out wide. Botia again inside the 50. Pike and Kernahan on a collision course. Ratton once more to Botia.
Well
brilliantly smothered by Pike. Picked up by Kemp. High kick. All Carlton. Madden takes it. The Blues have been terrific. Wilson smothers off the boot of Sexton. Wilson in midfield, lacking support, goes for Lamb. Hurried kick down towards the 50. Dean and Sumich, out they come. Oh, well played. Verbeek, thanks Don. Verbeek chips it out wide. Bradley chases it out there. Mainwaring, I thought, bumped him in the back. Play goes on. Well played, Chris Mainwaring. Down towards the pocket. Reynolds. No, it's Dean, I'm sorry. Dean, a superb mark. Throwing himself full length at that one. Sends play towards the outer side. Jakovic punched it forward. This is Phillips over the ball.
To Gleeson on the up. Gleeson over the top to Bradley. Gleeson, a mix-up in the end. Sartori. West Coast as desperate as Carlton. Some heroic deeds going on. Lamb round his body. Alvin.
Well done, Alvin.
Yes, took it on the half volley, but Heady took it. Left foot. Dean had a look, saw where Sumich was. Can steady.
Oh, kick it.
Back turn in the end. Kemp. Oh, what a mark.
Great effort.
Oh, excellent mark, wasn't it? Real skill that.
He copped one from his corner too. Frustrated Ratton.
Could have been flirting with 50 there.
Well, yeah, but he also could have had the ball taken away from him. Kemp, he cops one.
77 to 73. Kemp just hoping that Langdon can take it. Madden well done. Sexton took a chance. Bradley sits, tries to pave it out towards Phillips. Here's Kemp. Pike.
Oh, well done,
Bradley.
Bradley.
By Bradley. Kemp again. Round his body. Sumich versus Dean. Couldn't quite hold it, Dean. Free kick, Carlton.
I thought it might have been holding the ball to Peter Matera against Verbeek. Here it is. Verbeek gets it. Does he make a genuine attempt to get rid of it? Ball flies out.
And the kick goes out on the bounce. Outer side. Adrian Bassett. We like the crowd. He's taking a deep breath. What a terrific finish. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Madden again decisively down to Bradley. Half smothered off the boot. Gleeson backed himself against the ball. Penetrating kick towards half forward. Minton Connell there. Brennan diving on top of it. McKenna. Brennan pushed out of it. Tarkson goes in. We've got a whistle and a bounce.
The umpires are not too technical, are they, Dennis? They're letting the game go. They're adding to the spectacle.
Yes, it's rough and tough out there. 11-11 to 10-13. Carlton by 4 points. Bounce at centre half forward for them. Lamb knocked it onto the advantage of Pike. Out to Hart.
With some run from the centre. A long one. Hannah tries to make some ground for Carlton. Sumich and Dean come out to meet it. Dean's kick clever. Will it stay in for Fodia? That would have been a real bonus there.
10 minutes he's been superb, hasn't he, Peter Dean?
Oh, he's got in front and he's attacking the ball. Sumic is running second.
He had a good patch in the third quarter there for about 10 minutes as well. He has done a good job. Sumic has had a lot of shots, 3 goals, 6. Sartori, Mainwaring, play on called. Rennett's over the top, Langdon. So that was Verbeek and did well again in the end with some desperation. And again a ball in. Well, 6.5 minutes remaining. There won't be many more goals kicked. If Carlton get the next one, you'd say that's theirs. And I've got my doubts whether they'll come from behind West Coast again. So the next goal could tell it here.
Carlton have got 2 loose men in the back line. Hannah and Madden.
Waterman over the ball. The players of both sides quite outstanding this afternoon in their commitment. Carlton started well. David Parkin on the phone, but really now it's in the hands of the players.
West Coast have got numbers around the ball.
Jakovic flies high. Fotia eventually knocks it out. Too long. Lamb with the free kick. In fact, it's coming back to Pike, who was the tackler. Pike kicks inside the 50. Sumic under the ball. Dean goes back and takes a brilliant mark.
Well, he has been superb in this last quarter. Peter Dean, critical early, but he has been simply superb.
And they decide to run it out. Rennett's to Hannah. High kick towards centre wing. Mainwaring, almost a clever mark. Great shepherd by Wilson to release Mainwaring, but I don't think he knew he was free. That was a terrible kick. He put it out of bounds on the full.
Ratton from half-back. Clock down to 5:20. Sartori and Irving both miss it. Waterman. Jakovic. Heady being held. Oh, well played. Sexton came from nowhere there.
That was a great effort, wasn't it?
From the side. Under 5 minutes remaining to half forward. Waterman really should have taken it. Well done, Irving. There's been some tremendous defensive work here. Alvin, who's been very good all day. Heady with him.
Well done, Langdon.
Got it back to Pike. A quick kick. Matera, Verbeek, no free kick. Dean takes another chance in front of Sumic and does it well to Sexton. Around his body to Langdon.
Well, they've got those spear men that Don was talking about, but now the West Coast Eagles dominating the midfield. It's like target practice.
Look,
Wilson.
he's going to get him, Madden.
Hang on. This is Wilson. Centering kick, Heady. Well, if you take it in often enough, you might get a goal. Heady directly in front. The Eagles are back in front. Well, I'm not sure about the wisdom of dropping the men back and trying to save it in this sort of game. And the Eagles have gone in again and lead by 2 points with just over 4 minutes remaining.
Well, that could be the clincher in this situation. Wilson getting it across to Heady, unmarked. And a good pressure shot.
Well, what a moment now for Carlton. The 91 season could be resting on the last 4 minutes. Phillips sandwiched in the end. The Blues have come from behind a couple of times in this quarter. Can they do it again? Bradley brilliant to Gleeson. To Tarzan. Tarkson. He may be Tarzan in a minute. The kick to Minton Connell's a beauty. He's had to go deep in the pocket.
He wants to hurry up.
We'll all go back and kick the goal, Don, because he's within kicking distance.
It's a difficult shot, Bruce. He's right on the boundary line, as we can see there.
Well, not impossible. He's got a chance here. He's kicked 1-2. And if he kicks this, it'll bring the place down. Drop punt.
Oh, no, he has.
It's a goal. 12, 11, 11, 13. The Blues do it again.
Well, I wonder how much chance he gave himself when he was lining up. I thought he was pretty casual the way he was flipping the ball around in his hands. Just as if I can gave the impression of as long as I can get it up there. But what a good kick for goal. That's his second. Simon Minton Connell.
Well, it's an epic. Back in the middle, 12-11 to 11-13. 6 lead changes at least in this final term. Bradley slung off it. Can the Eagles come back again? Madden out of the middle. Phillips has got the run of it. Well played by Hart. Robbed him of the ball, picked his pocket. Long kick inside the attacking 50.
Oh,
Heady.
well done, Heady.
And when you consider the quality of the opposition, that was a magnificent mark.
He outstrength Elvin on that occasion. It's a good contest. Elvin in front, backing in, as you can see there. Heady just using the strength to ward him off, pushing him away.
Two fanatical football teams this afternoon who will not be denied. It's a question of who will be in front at the final siren. Heady. Big pack off hands. Minor score.
Well, that's what Carlton want. 2.5 minutes left.
Didn't Sumich split that pack.
An important out this one too, Bruce. This kick in.
Carlton playing the huddle. The breaks from Hannah.
Yes, Dennis, vital here. Carlton want this footy. Dean's kick goes for distance. Madden underneath it. Irving at the back. Thumps it forward. Mainwaring, he's got time to steady. A good smother in the end by James. Bradley, who has been good, and with him Lamb. 2 minutes remaining, and the Eagles trail by 3 points. It's new territory for them in 1991.
Madden towards the boundary line and Irving over the back. Well done, Madden.
It's a position they haven't been in for the whole of this year.
Again, that ball's got to come back over the back for the West Coast, so Irving has got to get it out so it's running.
No, someone's got to take a run at this pack and come over the top of the pair of them.
Will it be Langdon to try it, or Wilson? And he did, to Hart from 55 metres. Sumich.
Oh, he's pushed out.
Not, yes, Peter Dean.
He's got in front now, Peter Dean, this last quarter.
So Dean from fullback.
Oh, no. He's undecided.
High left foot. Madden his target. Irving at the back. Wilson. Lamb, I should say. Quick kick. Heady. Threw it away. Mainwaring. Back to Waterman. To Matera. 50 metres out. Left foot. Chance for Turley or Langdon.
Oh, Turley could have had it.
Well, Langdon didn't see him. And it's going to be a ball in, or as Bradley kept it in, he has with a quick kick.
We're down to 48 seconds and the ball is out of bounds on the outer side. Well, Langdon backed himself at the ball. He showed great courage, but Turley was squatting behind him.
Could have taken it. Kernahan's going to take the knockout. He's got to hit it back towards the boundary line.
12-11 to 11-14. 32 seconds remain. Waterman floats it wide.
Now Verbeek, hold it. He's got to hold it.
We're down to 25 seconds. It may be that the bubble has finally burst. After 12 straight, Carlton will bring the Eagles undone. Out of bounds on the full. We're down to 10 seconds now. It needs 2 kicks and a mark. I doubt they can do it. Turley, heroically, down to 3 seconds. Wait for this roar. Well, the mighty have fallen, but in their way today they were mighty too, but not as good as these mighty Blues. There is jubilation at Princes Park.
Well, the scenes of joy here. It's like a premiership. And it must taste so